Hey students, welcome back. This week we're going to explore animation and graphics in Visual C++. Let's get started. We're going to make a program in which a small object, graphic object, bounces around the screen, bouncing off the walls. It's kind of a fun little program. Let's get started. Go File, New, Project. We're going to make a Windows form application like we've been doing. Let's call it Bouncing Ball and save it wherever you normally save your projects and say OK. Okay, once the new project loads, you'll see here in your header files area Form 1. We're looking at Form 1 here. Let's go ahead and change a little bit of the properties of that. Let's call it Bouncing Ball. This is the text property of the form. We can see we changed that here. We're going to drag out a few objects from our toolbox. If you don't know how to turn on the toolbox again, that's up here, this button. So we'll go ahead and pull out two buttons and put those in the lower right and lower left corner. The first button, I want you to change its text property so that it says Start. And the second button, change its text property so it says Stop. We're also going to use for the very first time something called a picture box. I'm looking in all Windows Forms components up here. If I go down to P for picture box, I'll see it there. I'm just going to go ahead and drag that out and put it right about in the middle of the form. Now, a picture box is just what it sounds like. It holds a picture. If you right click on the picture box and come down here and choose image, you can now browse to your hard drive and you can find a picture. I don't really care what picture you put in your image box. I've gone ahead and prepared a picture of a small ball, red ball here. You can use whatever image you want, but go ahead and find an image on your hard drive and click to open it. You don't want it to be too big. Mine is 40 by 40 pixels. And I'm going to bring in the edges of the picture box so they're just slightly bigger than the picture that is inside the picture box. Alright, and again I can take that and place it right about in the middle of my form. Okay, I think we should also add a menu here, menu strip items. Let's go to menus and toolbars and pull out a menu strip object. We'll see that added to the bottom. Now just up here, just go ahead and type in the first box, exit. I'd like you to just have an exit button at the very top. And last but not least, we need to add something called a timer. Let's go back to all Windows Form objects here. Go down to T, and you'll see a timer. Pull that out and drag it right into the middle of your form. Just like the menu strip item, when you add a timer to your form, it actually shows up in this area down below. Let's go ahead and select it. Don't double click it, just click it once. And come over here and you can see its options. We want to set its interval option to just 10 instead of 100, which is the default. Otherwise we can leave that the same. Let's go back to the picture box. It's called Picture Box 1 by default, but I'd like to give it a little shorter name that will help us to use it. Come down here and find in the Properties window the property called parentheses name. This is where we can change that Picture Box 1 name, and I just want to call it Ball, B-A-L-L. Okay. Now we'll refer to this object from now on as the ball. Alright, let's see here. I think that's about all we need to do to set up our form. Once you're done, your form should look like this.